Hey folks, Quill18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 as Japan! We continue our push through North America over here. It is 1944. Deployed some extra planes in the southwest here because we were missing naval superiority. Got some naval combat going on in a few different areas. Overall, we're fine. Supplies are a little hard to come by in many of the current theaters we're fighting, but overall we're okay. Actually, our manpower count's gone up from some of our newly acquired territory, presumably. I don't think we're making babies quite that quickly. Although I think population does grow over time naturally, so population growth is modeled to a certain extent, which is kind of cool. Just redeploying a few things, trimming a few of the garrison type units out of these armies so that they don't eat up some of our valuable supply while being kind of ineffectual. There's not that much going on over here, so the supply problems are going to maintain or remain. Let's see if I can't do this and that. Not that I think we're going to funnel any resources in there, but we're going to take a peek and see if we can't rush a few things anyway. And control points are always useful for a little bit more supply production, although it does mean we have to have a broader territory going on. Meanwhile, we have successfully invaded a foothold over here, which is nice to see. I'm going to tell you to have an offensive line to push up this way. Start executing that. Be quite aggressive. Looks like this got repelled again, but we have a toehold, so that's all that matters now. So you guys are going to join this invasion force. And we'll do a little bit more of that soon. And I should probably recolor you to something that's a little easier to spot, like so. We'll let these guys land, expand a little bit, and then we'll move these guys over as well as a second group, most likely. But I don't want to overkill things too much. We have good control over the Red Sea here, so getting troops across is fine and easy. And we've got a little bit of air support coming in from the base in Yemen. 14 troops. Well, you know what you can do with these troops? You can help out in the African front. How about you do that? And I would love a button to grab everything that's not currently assigned to an army. Speaking of, we've got to check our own production at some point. We do have some things in production that is probably just stuck at like 80% complete because of some missing items. 34. Let me give you a general, which obviously isn't going to work out too well, but that's okay. I'm going to set you up there. Tell you to push southwards, like that. Then I'm going to take some of you. So I need 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and actually just add you to the red group there. Okay, so you have a long way to go before you arrive, but it should be fine. Lots of my ships involved in naval battle here. Destroying some more British subs, probably. They may all run away. That's entirely possible as well. We're still ferrying troops around across over here, but honestly, I mean, I don't think more is going to make a difference here. I think it's almost potentially going to get to that point where it starts to hurt as a result of lack of resources. But probably still mostly helpful. You halt, because you're making a poor life choice over there. H is the hotkey, by the way, to cause your army to halt. And if they have been assigned to a mission, they will immediately start to move in a different direction based on, you know, whatever you have assigned for them. So it's a pretty handy-dandy tool to stop people who are walking halfway across the map from time to time. Anyway, you guys, go be aggro with your moves. I'm actually going to get you to rush out as quickly as possible because this is going to get more and more crowded over here, and we really are going to want the supplies. You, go there, there. What is this? Oh, is it? It's Italy. Okay, but it's controlled by the UK here, so. But that's Italy still. Occasional little bit of pocket. Italy's got that. Okay, they're definitely pushing back. The fascists are definitely pushing back over here, which is generally good for me, because right now I am, you know, me and the fascists, we have this, or, well, I'm fascist as well. I mean, me and the Axis, we have this unofficial alliance, basically. We're fighting a common foe. It may not last forever. Things may change pretty dramatically in the future. I don't know. But for now, any Axis success is good for me because it hurts the Allies. Meanwhile, I suspect we will have Well, I don't know. In the battle against the Allies, I don't know what our relative war scores will be. But there's a lot of territory to be grabbed, so we're all going to be able to grab a lot of stuff. And actually, the Allies won't capitulate until the UK falls. And we will probably have to do that. And I'm a little bit worried because I'm not sure we're going to be in range to do any sort of paratrooper nonsense. Not that we have paratrooper tech yet. We will start researching it soon, but not quite yet. You keep making runs along the coast. And then I'm going to adjust this military front line. Or offensive lines. Obviously, it's all military. Adjust it to something like that. And like that. Okay, meanwhile, this is all going fine and well. And again, we keep pushing forward into areas with not a lot of supply. But it's not costing us quite as much manpower as I expected. Oh, there we go. Actually surprised we're not killing that. There we go. Our medium tank research is going to continue forward. And in fact, we are never going to build a medium tank. We're just going to go directly to modern tanks. And even then, we won't be quite on time, even skipping all this stuff. And now a few more American airfields, which is very, very, very good. And again, I'm still hoping that Mexico stays out of this. I suppose I could... Oh, I am boosting support. I've been doing that for a while. Next election, July. We may coup them before that. I'm not sure. We don't have quite enough support yet. Field Hospital 2, excellent. I definitely want to keep going up there, but also the logistics companies. These are way too valuable. And I mean, again, this is the game we started pre-release. Had no idea what I was doing at the time. We sort of muddled through. We did okay. I mean, obviously, we did okay, right? But we were sort of muddling through and not really knowing how important certain things are. So that is starting to change, so that's very good. Things are a lot stronger than they were. You, move forward. What? Really? Because it was originally owned by Italy, I can't move in there. Even though the UK occupies it. That's really annoying. So we're going to have to figure out something else over here, because we really can't contribute anymore to the African assault. So, and we've got more troops coming here, so I don't want to do that. I'm going to lead the Golden Group there. I'm going to reset some of these orders. So, Golden Group, which is all foreigners, you're going to hold this. Red Group, which is partially foreigners as well. I cancel you. Currently at war and transports being sunk. Indeed. And I'm going to tell you to garrison up here. I realize there's still, like, no supply up there. But we're going to do that. And actually, in preparation for future awesome. Now, and I can right-click to remove some. There we go. We're going to go up to, like, level 6 over here. It's going to be very useful. Which is what we're doing there and there as well. Just to get a good baseline of supply. I mean, the flow of supply is not going to be great either. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Let's see if we can build a bit of a supply highway. I mean, my construction queue is still wickedly overloaded, but... There we go. We'll do something like that. Hell, even mainland Japan doesn't have that much infrastructure, although we don't have that many troops. So that might not all be required, but I think it's going to be okay. So we do need some ships over here still. Now, do I have some other ships just sitting around? So that's defense. You are parked at home islands. Those are probably a lot of the new ships I've been building. Yeah, including some subs, but you don't have quite enough. What I really have to do is I have to figure out some of these ships and patrols and things that don't really need to be there anymore. You know, I mean, home defense is important. Those are all destroyers. I may do like a big cancel of everyone. Just like literally grab everyone and send them home and then reissue them all. But that's more of a between episodes kind of thing. So I'm going to hold off for now and we'll see what we can do. We are still building ships. I am surprised though that we don't have more in anchor. No, see, we have this, that. Some of those might be getting repaired. This, this, this. Not that one. And I'm going to deploy you all to Tokyo. So get there, and then we'll reorganize at that point. And all my ships being built, I'm going to get you to pop out in Tokyo as well. Because it'll make my life a little simpler going forward. Boom. Okay, good. So we'll figure that out after. Ace pilots. Good. So nothing here. Things are finally getting built, so we'll be able to move things across. But yeah, we don't have any ships here yet. And I don't think those submarines reach there. So getting anything over here is going to be quite hard. We're going to have to move a ridiculous fleet as one to try to reach here, which is going to be a huge challenge. So I think it makes sense to develop this to a max level. Okay, it's at level 7, probably still building up. Constructions. Yeah, it is. Good. Because we're going to want to assign a lot of ships here. It's going to need a fair amount of supply. And in addition to that, it will need to be able to repair quite quickly, which is what that is. I think, just in case, we're also going to want some radar stations and some anti-aircraft guns as much as possible in this area to protect against enemy incursions like that. Also, the radar will give us intel in the sea and help potentially protect our ships and sink enemy ships as well. Right, you're part of my group. Nice. Excellent. My faction, I should say. So there is more stuff I could be grabbing in Africa. But I would really have to do more amphibious assaults, and that might get a little bit tricksy. Now, I don't need quite as many people defending here, and in fact, they're being attrition pretty badly. Again, they're not my guys, so I'm a little less concerned about it. But it's probably a good idea if I say, I don't know what we're going to do with you, actually. I'm going to split you in half, grab half of you, and for now, I'm just going to tell you to, like, garrison over here. Not that there's much supply here either. And then this golden army, same thing. Like, what the hell are we going to do with you? I'd like to move you up in this general area. We're going to have to do some big reshuffling at some point. Right now, I just need to move you to somewhere where you're not going to get attrition to death. So I'm just going to spread you out a whole bunch. Now, this is not, you know, the most well supplied areas, but if we spread you out enough, it's going to be okay. Oops, I didn't mean to do that, but you know what? There, we're done. It's good enough. Here too, like in the north in the winter with no infrastructure, this is not a really great place to mount a large assault from, which is really demoralizing. Is it just me, or is Germany losing ground here, which is not good, because at some point that means they're gonna reach me over here. I may have to risk transferring some troops across at this point. So, like, over here, I'm going to cancel all your existing orders and tell you to garrison over here. Very risky. You're going to go here and then try to make it across. It is very risky. We're going to try to get some people there. And then purple, you're another group that's doing exactly the same sort of thing. I'm going to tell you... Whoops. The garrison there. At least it means now you're not going... Last time I set some people to garrison here, they went all the way around here, to here, to here, to here, because I didn't have the naval base. So now I do. I mean, I did stop them in time, so they didn't actually all die, but... Alright, good. American troops still hanging out there, which is fine. So yeah, we have a ridiculous number of armies all over. Planes, navies, a lot of things that aren't really doing that much. That being said, still pushing out very well here. The U.S. will fall. It'd be nice if we could mop those guys. It'd be nice if we could do some sort of crazy beeline here. We do have a tank squad over there. We could do a little bit of this. Start doing a little bit of that, and then we'll see if we can't just keep pushing on some ninja moves. There's still a lot of territory to go. It's not like I can run straight to Washington, and taking Washington will not be enough to force the U.S. to capitulate. They have too many victory points all over, and their national unity is actually only 55%. Really? Wow. Actually, you're going to loop around behind this guy. You're going to do it quite quickly, too. Hello, light tanks in relatively decent terrain. It's so nice to finally be out of the mountains. So very nice. improved infantry equipment. That's a free upgrade. It's not 46 yet. We may as well grab the anti-tank for an extra little boost versus hard armor. We're going to get you to stop here, and you can help bop that guy. Just to simplify our borders again. That's going to get wrapped up soon. Free up some people. New Orleans, maybe a little bit of a point of contention, actually. So I'm still thinking I may go and reorganize these armies at some point, too, to be a little bit more explicit, especially since there's a lot of shared border stuff here. But really what we have is I have an army focused in the south, an army focused in the north, and then one that's the entire front with the U.S. as well, to help fill in a few of those gaps. They're all being told to move forward. Actually, that's not true. One of these guys... You don't have a front line, an aggressive front line anymore. So, something like that. I think, yeah, you're set to aggro. And I'm going to set you to aggro. I'm going to keep the teal one on balanced, so it doesn't overcommit too much and mostly is responsible for filling in some of these gaps. Air skirmish. One more air doctrine left to go. Bomber defense, sure, seems fine. Yeah, I'll take it, but I may not bother assigning you quite yet. All right, keep moving forward. That's going to be fine. Meanwhile, actually, in Canada, where we have two distinct groups pushing together, same thing here. You don't have an offensive line, so... Well, you sort of do, because... You still had it turned on here. But yeah, activate all the battle plans. Because they were probably still trying to finish a little bit of something from before. Just keep pushing forward like crazy. That's going to be fine. Yeah, I really do need to reorganize some of these things. Oh, can we... Yeah, just wrap that up. I'll simplify the AI's behavior a lot. No template for Toad. Okay, alright. Yeah, that's probably been there for a while, and I should have canceled that. Now, the Toad anti-air, they weren't really being built anyway. Get rid of those. And we've got free military factories. I suspect what we still want to do is power through support equipment. Actually, that's wrapping up pretty well. Pretty well indeed. We're still short on upgrades for infantry equipment. I could throw some more into that. I don't suppose we have self-propelled artillery. No, not yet. I could start doing that, though. Proper bombers would be nice, but we're still missing that. I think more naval bombers actually is going to be very important. Oops, this button here. More naval bombers. Again, we don't really have an airbase that can support it, but it will be good. Who's justifying against me? The Russian Empire is justifying against me. That's not good! Because that could actually prompt the German Reich to decide to attack us. And that buildup will happen very quickly now. Very quickly indeed. Oh, you don't have a naval base. Oh, that's not good. We need that. We need a naval base on the mainland itself. Because right now troops can't actually get to here. They can get to this little island, but that's it. And I think I'm going to build another one. Yeah, this is really awkward territory for us to hold on to. Build another one on this side as well. Huh. They could very easily decide to start a war against me. So we need to get our troops positioned in preparation for that. So a lot of these sort of placeholders I put out here to like, just don't be attrition or whatever. Yeah, you're going to get a real job now. You're going to be a giant field marshal. Is what you're going to be. God, this is just going to be crap, but... let me promote you. You're going to be a level 1 field marshal, but that'll have to do for now. And your job will be to push out to something like this. Alright, that's you. And that's you. So that's my north. And then there's that, which is fine. Middle East group. Why are you called Middle East if you're there? Oh, right, because I just got you to clean up Manila. But we can probably go. I'm going to add you to this as well. This one giant ridiculous front, which is almost certainly going to be a bad idea, and we're going to have to clean that up at some point, but let's just keep going for it for now. Free military factories, some more. Well, a lot of them are damaged, so it's not actually there. You're not going to build medium tanks because we're gonna burn right through that. I'm going to get another line of infantry equipment going on because we do still need upgrades. It says filled. Are you really not short on that anymore? Oh, no, we're actually done. Oh, well, shit. Okay, hold on. What we are short on is towed artillery, and we are going to want more of that. And luckily, that auto upgrades. So, let me cancel you. And I'm going to cancel this line, which hasn't gotten a lot of production efficiency anyway. And we're going to want more artillery. I don't like the idea of pushing in here without real tanks, or even holding it without real tanks. I could get some planes preemptively put in here, but really, our plane range is going to be kind of sketchy. We need to defend this area as well, too. So who are you? Right, mostly foreign people with no real orders. Do that. I'm actually going to split you in half. Put you guys on the Turkish front. Purple group here has no orders. You just got told to garrison somewhere or something like that. You're going to hold this over here. Actually, I'll draw some offensive lines too. Give you some sort of general. Give you some sort of general. Group red, you're just currently on garrison-y stuff over here. So, because it was just a placeholder. So I'm going to get you to stop that. You're going to get a much more focused front line. Maybe. There we are. Like this. And like that. And then over here, this garrison here will actually be able to push into this territory because we'll be at war with Italy if that happens, which means we can... See, I don't know why it decides to go around back. There you go. Do it that way. Which means we can do this. So this is this front line, which, yeah, really will just hold it. I mean, I guess I could draw something. Get some planning bonus. And actually, if we can push a little further forward. Airfields, naval bases, those are all pretty good. I don't think you'll really be able to push. But we'll see what we can do. And that would be pushing across mountains. But there may not be anything right there at the start. In particular, again, if we push here, get some more naval presence, that wouldn't be terrible. So I'm not planning on declaring here. I'm just planning, you know, a defensive offense is what I'm looking for. Convoy rating, I don't care about. People are still moving here. And yeah, we'll have to get, we have to get the naval bases to be on the mainland here. Did I prioritize this properly? Yeah, okay, so they're going to get built up. We need at least a level 1 so we can get some people to stand there. Although, if we push in here, then at least we'll have some contiguous land that will help out considerably as well. Low manpower, that is very true. Lots of political power. I'm a little concerned. Meanwhile, how's North America? Pushing well on all fronts. Yeah, successes, good. Not so much there. Let's go and just bop you out here. It should be okay since you should mostly be out of supply. You may have not started to get attrition yet, but it'll happen relatively quickly. One you can push up there. Some of you are taking that. Movement there is really slow because of the lack of infrastructure. So the north of Canada is actually going to be a lot harder, probably a lot more time consuming to finish than the rest of the U.S. Because regardless, I'm not expecting a lot of defense anywhere. Yeah, taking New Orleans is going to be a bit of a pain in the butt. Meanwhile, plane-wise, do we still have planes over here? So, yeah, we do. So, what I would like to do is take all y'all and deploy you into Central instead, assuming you can reach. I don't think that worked. Alright, let's just cancel these then, and then I can redeploy you. So in the central US, let's take a look at our bases by distance. Ooh, we really don't have a base that's got good presence in the central US. Really? Kind of surprised about that. Oklahoma is really as good as we can get here, but let's do that anyway. Let's get our fighters, just 400 fighters deployed in Oklahoma into the central US to provide air superiority. It's something at least. I don't like this war justification. That's going to be really, 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 really unpleasant. I could preemptively get some planes out there too, which might not be a terrible idea. Who else doesn't have missions? What? Did I thought I canceled all you guys. That was weird. 40 divisions. Well, well, well. You know what would be the best place for you to be? On the border with Germany. I mean, I realize these are all really crap units, which does not bode well for lots of things, but I'm going to send you there anyway. No infrastructure, they'll probably all be under supply, getting attritioned, all going to be really, really miserable. Deploy units. Ah, yes. So go ahead and deploy here. And then probably, I was going to say, stop. We do still have light tanks in supply. Quite a lot, actually. So I guess keep working them. That's going to be okay. And I'm going to get these light tanks to join the party over here, too. We'll really have to organize something a little bit better if we want to do a proper war against the German Reich. But we'll see. I really, really don't want to be fighting them right now. I want to focus entirely on taking down the US, and ideally the UK and everything, and then end this war against the Allies completely. Although, that would also end the war against the Allies for the Axis. And really, the UK over here is causing more of a problem for the German Reich than anything else. Actually, having the US capitulate might be really bad for me. We may not finish the push against the US. We might just hold this line. Not have the US capitulate. Therefore, all their troops over here will still be fighting against the Germans. That's probably a much stronger play. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and put a cut in this video. In between episodes, I will most likely do some mass reallocation of the Navy in particular, so that we can get a naval superiority over here in the sea. So that we can shuffle troops around with a little bit more ease, not to mention do some attacks against the Allies at some point in the future. Germany. Well, it's Russia. What the hell are they? I don't even know what they're fabricating on. Can I find out specifically? The Russian Empire is justifying against us. Can we find out from over here? What is that? Volunteers. Target foreign war goals. Oh, it's probably not against us. It's probably against some other nation that's causing weird things. I don't know. Well, whatever. We'll go ahead and wrap this up here. Whatever happens, happens. We'll deal with it. Thanks for watching, folks. See you next time.